Upton Thribwell or something like that in Wiltshire, and we're at a place called the Great Barrow, and it's some interesting discoveries were made here 200 years ago. We're not too far away from, we're about 10 miles away from Stonehenge. We're slap bang in the middle of Wessex, and there's certainly some interesting burials here. This is one of the really interesting ones. Unfortunately, there's a load of chicken wire and barbed wire between me and it, unfortunately. But it's certainly a backdrop for me to gas on about Neolithic Bronze Age culture in southern England. So what we've got, so just up, this is something to see. I mean, we've just been to, it's worth seeing. It's a nice round mound, possibly because it's wooded. I mean, this is a new plantation, but the fact it hasn't been ploughed out like the other two in this field suggests that it probably was wooded for quite a considerable time, probably the last 3,000 years. But over in 100 yards, 200 yards that way, there's two other burials. The interesting one is not this one. This is good to look at. The other one you can't see anything, it's flat as a pancake. But there you had a burial of a man and possibly a woman buried together, but one is lying down, the man, and the woman is sat upright, and her head was just sort of 12 inches below the surface of the soil. There were a load of other artifacts found with them, which is suggested all sorts of other stuff. But anyway, and there's a whole load of bone, some sort of bone necklace, which has reminded people of sort of shamanic necklaces. The unfortunate, so there's been an unfortunate amount of speculation about whether or not he was a shaman and things like this. If the Bronze Age people that came here were the Proto-Indo-Europeans, it's unlikely they were shamanic in form. They had pretty much a very similar religion to any other European religion. A paternal male god in charge, etc. An earth mother, wife figures and things like that. So it probably wasn't shamanic. We don't know they were the same people anyway, but it's likely. So yes, plenty of beads were found at the other grave, as well as the grave here, the Great Barrow here. There's interesting, an awful lot of burnt wood and things like that. Ashes were found here, and a necklace that had jet coloured glass and something else I can't quite remember. But all very interesting. I'll put some cutaways in to show you, to give you some more examples. But anyway, let's carry on with the walk. See a little ear sticking up. He's seen a black object in my hands being aimed at him. Is he a hare or a rabbit? He's got a white tail.
He's a lot more spunky than a rabbit. I don't take a picture of that, they might be watching us.
So then, what do you think then? What do you think about Bronze Age Barrow?
Yeah, it was really interesting. It had a lot of interesting stones to look at. And I had, I don't know, there's something mysterious about the whole thing. I kind of I could feel the mystery of the place.
Yeah. And what do you think about it being fenced off with 2 layers of barbed wire and chicken wire?
That's a bit extreme, I think.
It is. I reckon so.
Yeah, and CCTV camera as well. There's no need.
Oh yeah, camera. So how do you feel like then climbing up Cley Hill in a minute?
We're climbing a hill?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So that's it. And thanks for watching. I'm sat up here on the on a Bronze Age bowl barrow, watching the sun go down. And so multi-use site. Iron Age and Bronze Age, and probably before then. I would have thought it's a very commanding view, and so that's our little day, little afternoon out. We're about 10 miles from Upton Lovell, maybe less than that, 5 miles. I think it's. I think I can see it in the distance. The hills about it, anyway. Shows how important this area is listed with prehistoric monuments. And it's very important to us and our idea of ourselves as a culture. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.